Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Today I've got Glenn down in the store and we are going to take a look at a 1973 Gibson Les Paul Deluxe. And then later in the video, we're going to play it through a 2-rock amplifier. (1973), that was a good year.
They were okay.
That was a great year for music.
If you're going to get to a 70s Les Paul, early 70s is good. This was kind of nice, and like I say, somebody's done their thing to it. It's original pancake body.
Original paint.
Yep. Yeah, and this is the forearm area will probably start turning green.
So do me a favor and hold it back up like that, and let's look at that pancake body. Let me get to the side of that. So this is 2 pieces of mahogany
glued together.
Glued together. And what years were they doing this pancake body?
1971, 72, somewhere in there. And I had 78s and 79s that were pancakes.
So all the way up to like 1981?
Yeah. I don't know if it went to 81. I had an 82 that wasn't pancake, so and I'm not sure when they ended it, to be honest with you. But it's a, you know, they're good guitars. A lot of guys don't like the pancake body. Some of these 70s Les Pauls really rock. This one, some of these, you know, they liked brass. Got a brass nut and a brass.
In your opinion, would a bone nut sound better, or what's your opinion on that brass?
You know, if I say yes, it's going to sound better, I'll have a million and one people buzz in and say no.
That's okay. I love
comments. My
comments.
preference is a bone nut. I'll say that much. I like a bone nut.
Okay.
But I don't like a bone nut made from a blank. I like one made from a cow bone.
Oh yeah.
And I got somebody that does that.
The Neil Moser story, man.
Yeah.
He gets a bone.
Oh, you should have seen Phil's face.
And just cuts it.
Neil opened the. Neil looked at me and said, "I opened the box, Glenn." I said, "Yeah, you know." And Neil opened it, and Phil was like, and Neil said, "There's how I make a nut," and there was a cow femur bone in the box.
Yeah.
But Neil does a good bone nut. And you can see the guy liked his brass.
Yep, got the brass plates on there.
Yeah, and you know, I've actually got some brown ones made.
Don't you love seeing this nowadays? This guitar has not been relic. This guitar has been played.
Yeah, had a little bit of a repair here, which...
It's been repaired, huh?
Yeah. And that's it, and you know, you can just see
I know we keep talking about this. What percentage of old Gibsons has had headstock injuries, in your opinion?
A lot of them. I'll just say a lot.
Are you going to say half the guitars in this world? Half the Gibsons?
No, I don't think it's half. But it's, you know, a fender neck is straight. You got a 17-degree angle on the Gibsons, if you'll notice. A fender headstock goes straight, so you don't have that dilemma. And the other thing is that guys would, you know, I've seen people do it.
You lean them up against something.
And they'd lean it up against that. They'd lean against the wall.
Trip over the cord.
Over it would go, put it on a stand, over it goes.
They reach over to grab their beer, and they knock their $1,000.
That's why I like a BC Rich bitch, you know. It's the only guitar that can stand on its own 2 feet.
Yeah, that's right.
On the bottom of the bitch, you got
Flying
2 little rubber feet.
Oh, that's right.
And that's this is a cool guitar. This thing really sounds good. It's a good piece of wood.
The gold top.
Yeah, it's a
they didn't do that chambering stuff or any of the cheese cracks or anything.
I've seen some of these. I actually had an 80 Deluxe that weighed 13 pounds.
What do you think of the weight of this guitar is?
This is not bad. This might be 10 pounds, 9 pounds. No, it's over 9. About 10 pounds, I'd say, 10 and a half, but it's not one of the real heavy ones like the late 80s. They were like
Let's talk
tanks.
For a minute about these mini humbuckers. What's your thoughts on these things?
When they stopped the Les Paul as this body shape back in the 1960, they went with the SG style, and when they brought the Les Paul back, the custom and the Deluxes, the custom would have had they would put humbuckers in, but the Deluxe and the Les Paul had mini humbuckers in it. They didn't bring back the humbuckers in. They thought it was a good idea.
Are these pickups leftover Epiphone stuff? Okay,
these are Gibson
I've heard that.
Yeah, these are Gibson pickups. I've heard you put a set of Epiphone mini hums in it. You'll see what I'm talking about. They don't sound the same. This one here is kind of funny because you see these are chrome. Look at the tailpiece is gold. So either the tailpiece or that's been changed. Most likely the tailpiece, I would say. So somebody's actually, you know, been at this guitar. And I can tell you right now, we've already looked at the parts. Those are the original knobs. They hit it with a black light. They just turn greenish.
They turn green if you hit it with a black light.
Right. And the parts are great. Not a problem there. It tends to make me think, you know what? This is a great little guitar.
So the size of these mini humbuckers in there, you can't just throw a P90 in, it won't fit in there, or
Yeah, you
regular
can.
humbuckers.
Yeah, you can get a P90 soap bar to go right in there.
P90 will fit right in.
A soap bar will go right in there.
Okay.
I had a Deluxe that I did it, swapped soap bar and mini hums back and forth.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of bracket stuff to do. This one here, when you got it, the pickup was reversed. I don't know why they made their preference, I guess.
Guys do stuff.
But it wasn't that the pickup was reversed. They had put the bracket underneath in wrong. So they had to do it that way. So we got it back the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
This is a cool guitar. I like this little guitar. I mean, you know, it's got its nicks and bumps and bangs, but if you want vintage.
Looking at the sides here, it has been refretted because it's isn't it supposed to have the little
nibs? It should be on.
The nibs.
It's definitely been refretted. They've been cut, but if you know, this guitar, I'm going to tell you what happened. It had some type of a neck break here, and they probably pulled the parts off it. A lot of them. Used them for other things, and then somebody got it and fixed it. And there's a lot of them around there like this. It got broken, and whoever owned it didn't care about it no more. Trade it for, you know, an amplifier, whatever it is. And somebody else got it fixed and made it a good guitar
That's
again.
what would happen is the guitar gets a headstock injury, and because it devalues it, then you sell all the good parts off of it. Guys would
Trade
sell
it
all
off.
through
I've
all
seen
those
guys do
years.
it. See guys
Yeah.
do it. It's
The age of this guitar, being 1973, help me with my math. How old is this thing? 43 years old?
again,
53 years old.
45.
40.
2018.
$45 years old.
Yay!
See, I graduated high school.
I'm telling you.
I went to ASU, Tempe, Arizona, baby.
Me too. Oh, I didn't go to ASU.
I didn't go to ASU either.
I went to Berkeley.
Did you?
I did. This is a nice guitar. I like it. I mean, the neck feels good. It's got that early 70s neck. I really do.
Uh-huh.
I like that neck. It feels good.
So they started changing neck profiles. So the 60s necks were thick and chunky.
Yeah, and this is a one-piece neck,
The
too.
70s necks, they got skinnier. Is that the story?
Late 65, they went from the wide and not one 11/16 to one and 9/16 on the SG. So when they brought the Les Paul out, they went with that smaller nut.
I did a video with Neanderthal, and he was talking about New Orleans or New Orleans or Norland. New Orleans. What's the story on all that? Was there a
Gibson was sold to
factory?
New Orleans. Gibson was sold,
Okay.
late 60s, Gibson was sold.
The whole company was sold.
And the company that was running it was called Norland. And they came up with some
So
money
it's not
saving
New
ideas.
Orleans. It's not like the factory went to New Orleans.
No.
It's called
it was
New
actually
Orleans.
South America. And
Okay.
It's a kind of a few companies in the middle of it. But Norland was owned it and ran it. And they did some stuff like pancake bodies. The T-tops, I think personally they started letting the T-tops go to hell because early T-tops rock, later T-tops do not. And somebody's going to argue that point. But
It's T-tops
it's preference.
pickup. T-top pickups.
They made some changes, three-piece necks and stuff like that some of the purists don't like. And you know, you'll get a lot of guys that say, "Oh, the Nolan guitars stink." I played so many Les Pauls in my day, and I played a lot of Nolan Les Pauls. This is a Nolan Les Paul. It
Okay.
rode hard, put away wet, broken and put back together, and this thing will kick butt
Right.
all day long. So, is Norland a bad thing? No.
Okay.
I've seen some bad Norlands. You know, I have seen some bad Norlands. Early 80s, I saw some trashy Norlands. But I played a few 59 ES 335s everybody says is great. And finding one at the neck angle's correct on is kind of hard to do. So it's like anything. you're going to have people that, you know, if my first Les Paul is a 59, then a 59 is the best. But if my first Les Paul was a 61 with a sideways vibrola, oh, that's the best. It's people's preference, I think.
That's true.
I remember these when they came out. Rocking guitars, just cool guitars. I love these guitars. They're great.
And this is the Brazilian rosewood.
No, that's
fretboard.
not Brazilian rosewood.
No,
that's
it is
Indian.
not.
No, that's Indian rosewood. This is 73. There was no Brazilian rosewood. 60s, late 65, you were seeing the transition. There might have been a few pieces that snuck out, but you're not going to see 73 Brazilian rosewood. It ain't happening.
It was that early where they said, hey, come on, we can't keep cutting this
Speaking of
rainforest
Brazilian,
down.
I got a real nice Brazilian board up in the truck.
Oh, do you?
I do. I can show you the difference. Stop the camera and I'll go get it.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're back looking at this fretboard.
Okay, and like I said, that is Indian rosewood.
Okay.
This beautiful piece of wood,
Uh-huh.
and it's a bit dry. We rubbed a little oil on it just now, just get the dust off it. That is a Brazilian rosewood board. Just one of the most beautiful boards I've ever seen. And look at that, it's nice and thick, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. See the color, if you look at the color difference. Of course, this is just a beautiful piece of Brazilian rosewood. You can actually see the difference. And this board's dry.
So you're going to have that made into something, or what's your plan with that piece?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I think that board's gonna end up on a BC Rich bitch that I'm gonna have made. Look at this. I got to just pop this out because this is one of the most prettiest pieces of wood I've found in a long time. Won't that make a nice board? I'd actually put it this way.
Yeah.
Actually, isn't that something? That's just a gorgeous piece of wood. I'd go right to the edge and get as much bigger in as we can, but I love this piece of wood.
Is this where the two pieces are glued together?
This is two pieces glued together, but once it was done, you'd probably never know that it was seamed. Of course, it is seamed, but look at it. It's beautiful. Talk about one heck of a design, Mother Nature.
I would like to see that on this guitar.
I'm telling you. No,
Wouldn't that
dude.
be neat?
No, dude. On this guitar, I would like to see that with a set of
You
PAFs
see that
in
really
it.
dark? It's very dark. It's
Yeah.
But now,
It's got that reddish
so I'm going to
color.
ask you about ebony.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
ebony, you
It's gonna
don't
be
see
real
any
dark.
of the grain at all in ebony.
You actually do if you look at it. I've looked at it
Okay.
under lights. There is grain in ebony. It's a wood.
Okay. Okay.
It's just so dark it's hard to see it. And ebony, there's grain in it. This board's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
That's a Les Paul. By the way, I've got a friend that's got a bunch of 58 and 59 Les Paul boards, real ones.
Wow.
Yeah, we came across a lot of wood. We've got a lot of wood. And a lot of vintage parts going up on Guitar Bazaar.
Is it even legal to have this piece of wood?
Yeah, it's legal to have it. You just can't, if you build your guitar, don't take it out. Well, you can take it out of the country, but you're going to file a bunch of paperwork, sites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But hey, even any kind of rosewood now is getting hard to ship. If you sell a guitar online, you got to ship it overseas. You're going to do like jump through hoops.
What's that new
sites?
No, what's the new wood that Fender and everybody's using now? Faux Pharaoh, or what is that?
Palfaro. They started using that. If you remember, the original Stevie Ray Vaughan Stratocasters in '91 had Brazilian rosewood boards. Well, that stopped real quick because that's kind of expensive.
Right.
And the latter ones, the fretboards looked a little lighter and smoother. It was Palfaro. So Fender was been on that for a while.
Palfaro.
And of course, you got your bagel going around and stuff. I'm a rosewood guy, and I am a Brazilian rosewood guy.
I keep learning stuff every day. I mean, I have a guitar shop, and people are like, man, the guy that owns a guitar shop, he don't know shit.
Show me the man that knows everything. I'll show you
So
the
I'm
man.
learning a lot, guys.
Hey,
I'm
don't my dad
learning a
used to
lot.
tell me? The smartest person in the world is not the person that knows the answer. It's the one that knows where to find the answer.
There you go. I'm learning a lot every day.
Isn't that pretty? That board just cracks me up. It's nice. And some people might not like it, but you've got to see what that board will be. That'll be a cool looking guitar. And it's thin. This piece of wood is thin.
Yeah.
But it still make a nice fretboard, I guarantee
I think so too. I like the lighter color and all the grain.
Yeah, you know, I like.
Honestly, if I had my choice between the two, I think I'd pick this one.
You go right ahead. I'll just pick that. I'll just stick with that Brazilian rosewood board because
this is something you would see on like a one of those new Kiesel guitars or something. They go all out when they build those things.
no, Carvin, Kiesel, and all that.
Yeah.
They're good guitars. I'm not going to knock them. Their resale value just plummets. It's hard. It's hard to do anything in this world and keep your value up.
I keep looking on, you know, Reverb, and I check eBay every once in a while because eventually I'm going to get one of those. I'm going to get a Kiesel. I don't know why I want one. I just do.
Well, you know, I know some folks out there.
Yeah.
I might be able to get you hooked up.
One of these days I'm going to get me a Kiesel.
I got to be honest with you. I'm looking at a ZIMM'S right now that I'm after, but I just found the Les Paul. That
You're a
probably
Gibson
found
guy.
preamp.
You're a Fender guy. You like the old vintage stuff.
Yep.
You're not going to just suddenly change.
I don't know. I got my BC Rich bitch is nice.
That's true. That's true. Well, I tell you what. Let's plug this thing in, make a little bit of noise. I actually have a 2-rock guitar amp in here. We're going to hook it into that.
Yeah, let's see what it'll do.
Here we go. All right, Glenn. Strum that thing a little bit for us. There it is, man.
Gotta adjust that back pickup. Give me a screwdriver.
Well, what do you think about this 2-rock? How's that thing
It's a good
sound?
little amp. Nice little amp.
I've seen this thing going for $4,000 or $5,000. And it's got the speaker cabinet with it.
That's nice little amp. I mean, I like my Marshalls. I like this.
Yeah.
We need to get that pickup adjusted.
We'll do it. Glenn, I appreciate you coming down here today. And I appreciate you guys watching. Everybody have a great day. Bye. Bye-bye.